How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. It is Wednesday here on the show, and you know what that means? We got a lot to talk about here today. Filthy Tom Lawler will be joining us after the break, and we've got plenty to discuss, not the least of which is the NXT show from Tuesday night. A wretched program. And a lot has changed, and we'll tell you all about that. We've also got Dynamite coming up tonight, and a lot has been announced for that show. 8 segments announced for the show. So we have a lot of stuff coming up here tonight. SmackDown is Friday. It's a 3-hour show. And in fact, we've already got the rating for last Friday's first 3-hour SmackDown, and the show did well. For those of you excited for 3 hours of SmackDown every Friday night, did a good number, although it should have, because it was built up to be a really big show. We also have a lot of news, including Jake Roberts recovering from surgery. Tony Khan did an interview, talked a lot about AEW wrestlers in the G1, and William Regal's comments about people landing on their heads. We got CM Punk doing a promo. I don't know if we'll talk about that one. He's talking about John Cena's retirement match. But we got SmackDown ratings and Collision ratings, the full NXT report, and plenty more. A lot of big shows coming up, including, obviously, we talked about this with Lance. We'll do this later this week. TNA's debut on AMC is just over a week away. It will be January 15th. And that'll be followed by the Genesis pay-per-view, which is 2 days after the television debut. We got a lot to talk about today. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
I am going to channel the well-known, infamous roast of Bryan and Lance.
Oh my God.
I vaguely remember this.
Lance was a champion in virtually every company he has appeared in. While he did hold the distinction of holding 3 titles, that angle fizzled out faster than his podcast Killing the Town.
Wow. I now remember this utter disaster of a roast.
Let's get Lance a chair to sit in. And as we do, could we also bring someone up here to show him how to use it? I remember that chair shot. I don't remember who it was on, but I remember
utter silence that this roast was met with.
Tom, at least I was smart enough not to do those chair shots again.
Bryan, besides me, there are others who I'm sure dislike you, like Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff, but I think you're great. Like a guiding light or a father, which is why I'm not surprised when you screw me every week. The best-selling author of The Death of WCW. He had just completed his new book, for which actually Lance Storm wrote the foreword, which is 3 more than most wrestling fans know.
Hideous. Atrocious.
It must be hard when you look so young. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had your grandma's jeans. But actually, if the camera panned down, I bet Lance is wearing them. Anyways, let's start the show. Carmelo went for the La Mystica. Andrade went for the Message.
It's actually not the La Mystica. It starts like a La Mystica, but the La Mystica is actually a submission, and he doesn't land in the submission. He just does the whole slam part and then jumps up.
Yeah, the La Mystica is a tilt-a-whirl head scissor into a Fujiwara armbar.
Into a Fujiwara armbar. The La Mystica is not the submission. Do not tell me
I didn't say that was a submission. I said the La Mystica involves the tilt-a-whirl facebuster into the submission. The whole thing. Why are you so angry?
Well, you just changed what you said and lied, right?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't land in a submission. He just slams them. So it's not a La Mystica.
I believe that's the actual move.
Okay,
but
whatever, who cares?
I just hope Editor Sean pulls up the exact clip of you saying, La Mystica's a submission, and then denying it afterwards.
A Lemistic is actually a submission? I didn't say that was a submission.
Lemistic is actually a submission? I didn't say that was a submission.
Editor Sean.
Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom is joining us here today. I have not spoken a word to Tom about NXT yet. Don't say anything, Tom. But I do want to read this tweet to get your reaction to it. This is from Sam the Mailman. Sam says, "Hey, Bryan and Tom. NXT was awesome last night. I am so sick of Bryan complaining about the show." You have any comments?
None whatsoever.
No. What do you think? What do you think of NXT last night? Are you gonna play the game here tonight, or what'd you think of this show?
I'm not playing any game.
This show sucked.
You didn't like the show, apparently.
No.
Found
absolutely sucked.
Mostly no issues with it. I thought there was a fantastic match.
There was a good match on the show.
Kendall Gray and JC Jane.
Yeah, Kendall's great. But no, that show's awful. Absolutely
All right,
terrible.
lay it on me.
Hey, you want to just do the NXT review now?
If you want, sure. Why
All right.
not?
Start at the beginning.
Let's
go
go right off the bat.
All right.
Okay, so NXT, from the same place as always. NXT New Year's Evil. Thea Hale, the new champion, after being, after winning the title over Blake Monroe amongst much controversy weeks ago.
Okay, hold on. Can we stop there for a second? They have been saying that on the show. Like, it's a storyline now. Thea goes, "My very controversial win. You know, it's a controversial win, blah, blah, blah." This is 100% Vince Russo 1999 BS, okay? Yes, in real life, she wasn't supposed to win, okay? On the actual television show, in storyline, she hit a move, she got a 3 count, and she won. There was literally no controversy about this win whatsoever. She pinned her and won the title. What is the controversy about this win? Like, as a viewer, what's the controversy?
In kayfabe, there should be none.
Exactly. But in storyline, in kayfabe, they're saying very controversial victory. She does her promo. "I know my win was very controversial." I'm like, what are you talking about? You pinned her with a move in the middle of the ring for a 3 count. What are you talking about? Now, before you talk about the match, let's just go back.
What match?
Well, exactly. Blake Monroe loses, okay? She gets very upset about it. She's losing her mind. She's having a mental breakdown, okay? She's offered a championship match against Thea on this show. She's still a wreck. Ava last week tells her, "Man, you want this title back so much? Well, you ain't going to win it unless the glamour returns," or something like that. Okay?
That's what she said, yes.
Blake really, really wants his championship back. So why don't you tell us what happened?
Well, Blake did what anybody who wants to win a title in a sporting contest would do, and she attacked her opponent before it could begin. She was whisked away and actually taken away outside, banned from the NXT arena for the show. So she is definitely not winning that title tonight.
No.
And Thea Hale's all beat up. She's laying around, and I cackled. I laughed. I loved it because Ricky Saints music hits. He does his entrance, pays no attention to the geeks tending to Thea Hale on the ground. He does his promo, says NXT needs him, which we found out later
Just
is
moving on.
true, basically. And he isn't going anywhere like everyone else on the roster is. And he said when Obafemi slips and falls, he's going to be there to pick up the ball and run with it. That is absolute.
Yeah, it was just a promo. It was fine.
Your new number one star on NXT.
He is.
Yes, he
I
is.
guess. I mean,
it's either him or Ethan Page.
When this show ended, we have 0 actual challengers for whatever's going on with the NXT title. None.
Okay, I'll get to this in a second. So Ava was in a tizzy backstage, told Robert Stone to go find Blake. She grabbed a production guy, told Tim in the production truck that Izzy and Tatum was up now and it hit their video package. I love that, actually, that we got to look at this. Because, Brian...
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is what would actually happen in a real situation. Believe it or not, this was way back when. We're talking 2003, my very first mixed martial arts fight. I'm in the back. I'm supposed to be second to last on a card with like 7 or 8 fights. Well, it's 2003. So guys are dropping like flies. And one of the guys in the back decides he's not going to fight. I'm not making the walk. So the promoter's like, Tom, you got to go now. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, you got to go now. They gave me about 5 minutes to warm up. I fought like 3 fights earlier than I was going to. I got my hand raised, walked out to victor. But that is exactly what would happen in this scenario.
Okay, Tom, I agree with you, but here's the problem. And it's a problem with a bunch of things on this show here tonight, okay? How many times has a match not happened because somebody attacked somebody before the bell? It happens like twice a month at least. It never causes the show to fall into a shambles. In fact, like, shouldn't they have just done this after the match didn't take place? Instead, Ricky Saints just came out and did a promo. It's like, well, whoever's next on the show, they should just be going next, right? We're supposed to believe that Ricky's...
We don't know that they were up next.
Well...
They never said that. They could have been planned for later in the show.
Why would she switch the lineup?
Who knows? You're asking me to explain Ava's decisions?
Exactly.
Brian?
This makes no sense. It's exactly like later on in the show when Ava is... she's talking to Thea, and Thea wants this match with Blake Monroe because it's been advertised, and they're bait and switch. And Ava's response is... I'm not going to award bad behavior. I frickin' died. I absolutely died. After all these years, you're not going to reward bad behavior? That's literally all you do is reward bad behavior on show after show after show. But this time, I'm putting my foot down. So anyway, we'll go back to that match.
Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame?
Yes.
Yeah, Izzy missed a charge in the corner. Tatum put on this Mortis-esque corner half crab. Vic mentioned here that Blake has been taken from the building. Booker T was great on commentary. He says,
he always is.
He's like, none of the culling are really friends. He's like, Tatum Paxley's naive, and he's calling out all the truths. Tatum made a comeback as the crowd was screaming, this is awesome. They slapped each other back and forth. Izzy speared Tatum through the ropes. They looked like they both died. Izzy ran Tatum into the steps, then Tatum hit a rolling capo kick, a 450 knee drop to the stomach, I guess, and then she hit Cemetery Drive and got the win.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Tatum's got a lot of... Tatum's another one. Like, she has a lot of potential, and the fans absolutely, positively love her. So she shall be screwed right and left for the entire year, as we found out again here tonight.
Yeah, and then we got really the best thing on this show, Kendall Gray and JC Jane. This match...
Oh, yeah, the video package for Elio Lafleur.
Oh, yeah.
The French luchador. It actually was good.
Egel LeBlanc.
They had a bunch of they had a bunch of footage from him all over the world, doing all this crazy stuff. I thought it was good. It's like one of the only good things on the show, actually. Video package.
I was really hoping that we'd get that Knockout Brothers video package soon, but...
Oh, by the way, you're skipping. So after Ava said, I cannot reward bad behavior, okay? She's going on and on about, Thea, you can't defend tonight. Thea, you're hurt. Thea, I won't reward bad behavior. Thea, you're not going out there tonight. And finally, Jordan Grace standing there, and she goes, Ava, she wants to defend the title tonight. Why don't you just let her? And, like, snap of the fingers, Ava goes, all right, you can do an open challenge. And she walks off. Like, way to put your foot down, Ava. Way to put your foot down.
Jordan Grace, the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Also been called up to SmackDown.
She'd been called up, yeah.
We don't know where
or
where she's signed, but apparently she's just done with NXT. But she's still hanging out backstage Anyways, Brian, the main event of this show is next, but I think we're about to go to break in a second. But
all right, well, when we come back, we're going to talk about JC Jane and Kendall Gray, which was actually the only really great thing on the show. I thought the main event was good, but we'll get to the finish later. But back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. We got a big Elimination Chamber report here. And also Collision from Saturday, which actually was a pretty damn good show in its own right.
I was not told to watch Collision.
Vinny?
I forgot to text him Thursday night. I figured he'd be in bed. I said I'd do it tomorrow. And then Friday I bought a car. I was busy, and I've been forgotten. John comes out, looks into the camera, and says, "There's a vibe in here tonight."
Sure is.
I'll see. Punk's eyes are bugging out of his head. Seth is still there screaming, "Die, die!" And Seth gets his way. Punk dies. John Cena wins. I thought the finish of this was incredible. Great stuff.
God, Travis Scott. Jesus God almighty. This was exactly like when Hogan used to come to the ring, Dennis Rodman trailing him, and Dennis Rodman was like on another planet. He had no idea where he was at, stumbling to the ring. You basically have to drag him down there. This Travis Scott was on another planet, dude.
Well, the first time he was on the show was on that Raw show. He was smoking a blunt in the audience.
They go from the hug to a shot of Cena's angry heel face, and they cut right to Rock On. And then he kicks him right in the balls. And the crowd freaked out. The John Cena turned heel. Hulk Hogan, he was getting booed before he turned. It was a risk, but, they were getting sick of the guy anyway. The problem with Steve Austin was he was the top babyface, and there was nobody to replace him when he turned. John Cena's been gone forever. He comes back. It's not like he was going to be the top babyface. They got 50 babyfaces. Cody's the biggest babyface they got. There's no risk whatsoever turning John Cena heel. He's 10 times more interesting now. The Cena and Cody feud is 1,000 times more interesting.
Travis hit Cody Rhodes in the face as hard as he could. I bet that sucked.
This was a big deal, and I didn't see it coming.
You guys need to listen to Observer Live on Friday.
No thanks.
Because some dude called in, all bombastic and outrageous.
Do y'all think that John Cena is going to be the one that turns heel and joins The Rock as his champion?
No chance. And I shot him down. I laughed at him.
Wow.
I said it's not going to happen. John Cena's here to sell tickets and merch as a babyface for his last year. He ain't turning heel.
They need to make shirts for John Cena that just say, "Can you see me now?"
I got to apologize to old Dwayne. I thought that guy was out of his mind. He got me. It was awesome. I cannot wait to see where they go here. That music reminds me, we got an After Dark, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern today. We're going to be talking ghosts. It's going to be awesome. 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, Sports Byline. However you're listening to this show, you can listen to Sports Byline live. And also I want to mention that Brandon from Pittsburgh, who was the winner of the prediction contest, I have not heard from Brandon. So he needs to get a hold of me if he wants to get his prize. Otherwise, he'll go unacknowledged as the winner. Well, he'll be acknowledged. He just won't have anything to show for it. All right, back to this NXT report.
Before I start, I'd like
Yes.
to acknowledge that very professional segue, the Midnight Express theme into After Dark.
That's what I heard.
Fantastic. Anyways, the main event of NXT, Kendall Gray taking on JC Jane. Gray used her shooting and hooking skills early before she landed a drop kick, sent Jane to the floor, landed a moonsault onto all of Fatal Influence, locked an armbar on in the apron, but JC slammed her into the dasher boards, cannonballed her, and then we went into a break. JC beat her up for an entire another segment. Then Kendall made a quick comeback before they collided on a crossbody. Kendall ripped off some German suplexes, took down her straps, did a stomp from outside the ring into it, and then a Brad Armstrong Bad Street style 911 DDT off the second rope, which got a 2 count. Jane cut her off when she went up top, hit a neck breaker, missed a cannonball in the corner. Kendall hit 2 more Germans. Then JC Jane buried a knee to Kendall's face
my
as
God.
she was shooting behind for a waist lock.
Brutal.
I just saw this spot done. Oh, God. It might have been in the Knockout Brothers. It was. Oh, my God. Did you watch that Knockout Brothers versus TMDK match?
The one from New Year's Dash?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any New Year's
You got
Dash
to
yet.
watch it because my boy Yudo Ice, the man who's getting everyone high on New Japan Pro Wrestling, big up, absolutely blasted poor Oiwa in the face in basically the same spot, actually. So maybe
Someone's
going
going to get killed on this spot. They showed a
Dude.
slow motion replay. It was brutal. Like, she got her hand
awesome.
up, but she still got hit so hard and her
Oh.
head smashes off the mat.
You could do this spot and make it look great
God.
because this was done safely enough. This was the Nakamura Sakuraba spot from back in the day. Anyways, JC tried for the knee again. They went through some reversals. Kendall got the arm bar. Then things fell apart. Fallon Henley got in the ring. Laney Reed pulled Gray to the floor. She got suplexed for her troubles. Ren Sinclair took out Henley. She got hit with the rolling encore from JC Jane. JC tried for it again, but Gray locked on the arm bar. Jane stacked her. Gray kicked out. She went for the Shades of Gray, which is like a leaping flatliner, but she tried to do it in the ropes like it was the Oblivion, and Fallon held onto her. Damn it, you're right. This show sucked.
I told
Fallon
you.
Henley held on to JC Jane right in front of the ref. The ref is looking at her. He makes a face, puts his hand. I'm going to throw this freaking microphone. I'm getting so mad thinking about this. I'm glad I forgot it until now.
Wow.
He sees exactly what happens. He sees Fallon Henley holding on to JC Jane. He throws his hands up. JC Jane rocks Kendall Gray, knocks her out with the rolling encore, and he's like, well, I guess I'm counting the 3. No issues there. Nobody interfered. Hey, nothing Fallon Henley did caused this to go any differently than it would have. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Poor Sam the mailman. He
Who?
wanted so badly for you to like this show. This atrocious show. What I thought was so funny, Tom, is not just your reaction here, but like the reaction of all of the fans in the building. Because Kendall is making this comeback, and they are going wild in this.
So
building.
was I.
They're on their feet. They're like cheering. They're so excited that she might actually win. And of course, it's the usual, interference right in front of the referee. The heel gets the win. And just watch this
right
crowd.
in front of the ref.
This crowd
right in front of the ref. He didn't
is
even-
so
was-
deflated.
Oh, this was like Paul Turner all over again.
This crowd is so sad. And
Why did the ref? The ref should have checked the ropes to see if they were wet.
I swear to God, I wrote in my notes here, these Mark NXT fans will never learn. You guys aren't going to get a happy ending. Will you stop hoping? Like, they still have hope. Because I think they've been here for a long time back when it was good. But, like, it ain't good anymore, guys. There's no hope for your favorites. You know what this is? This is back to 2018 WWF with Vince McMahon. The only thing they know right now is heat. We've got to get heat. Heat, heat, heat. If there's something you like, you're going to get it for like 3 weeks, and we're going to take it away from you for heat.
Brian, let me tell you about heat.
Yeah.
You know what heat is? It's when something's hot. You know what would have been really hot? If Kendall Gray won that damn woman's title in front of the crowd.
You're right.
That would have been hot.
No.
She would have been heated up through the freaking atmosphere.
Nope, now you're a mark. Don't even tell me you actually thought that was going to happen.
Somebody
Come
get
on.
Somebody get that clip of Raven.
God.
What a mark.
Yeah, that's what I thought. To all those fans in the building and you, it's like, you ain't going to get what you want here. Which, by the way, that takes us to our next match. I was howling during this next match because I knew exactly what was going to happen.
The only heat I want anymore is Minoru Tanaka. If it ain't that heat, get it out of here.
Ethan Page met with Ava. The Vanity Project shows up. Looks like they're getting called up to NXT. Jackson Drake defends the title against Shawn Legacy tomorrow. Maybe someone will actually drop a title on the way out.
Hey,
that was a good one.
I don't even care.
Let's talk about Thea Hale.
I'm glad the Vanity Project's getting moved up.
Hey,
I enjoy them.
They are good.
It's a different act.
They're good geeks.
All right, so Thea Hale, Thea Hale comes out.
They're incredible geeks.
Yeah, they're great. They're exactly what they should be.
Yeah.
Thea Hale comes out to do her North American title open challenge.
Sure does.
A litany of women come out. They're going to try for the title.
Tom,
but
stop for a second.
What?
Stop for a second. It's an open challenge. She says whoever gets in the ring first is going to get a shot at this title. Ava has approved this.
Yes.
So when she says, let's go, security is stopping women from going to the ring. What? What?
No.
No, Tom. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Why are you stopping women from coming to the ring for an open challenge, which has been authorized by Ava? No, stop, women. No, stop. I'm like,
that
oh my
is
God.
stupid. But what's equally as stupid is that the woman who it appeared was going to get the shot was going to get it because she came out with a deadly weapon.
Well,
Tatum Paxley comes out with a chainsaw.
Okay,
why didn't somebody just start waving a gun?
For once in my life, I give her full permission to do that because there were literally humans blocking her way to the ring. So she comes out with this stupid chainsaw, which is stupid because it's not even like it's not even close to a real chainsaw. It's like if I were playing like Leatherface for Halloween and I got a chainsaw at the Halloween store, it'd be better than this chainsaw. So she like comes out, everybody gets out of the way. She's about to get in the ring. These fans are going wild. Oh my God, Tatum is going to win the title back. And she's beaten by Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame gets in the ring. These fans are furious. And I'm watching this match. I'm just dying. They don't care about the match. They're chanting, "We want Tatum." It's just like, oh my God. They're actually going to beat Thea Hale. Thea Hale, guys. Thea Hale was here for 4 years. Okay? She did nothing for 4 years except get over in Chase U. They never did anything with her. She got title matches. They never gave her a win. And finally, she does a match with Blake Monroe. She freaking accidentally wins the title because Blake gets a win knocked out of her. She wins the title on accident. The place goes ballistic. You guys got to go back and watch the fans when they find out that Thea actually won this title from Blake Monroe. They are so happy. They're going absolutely wild. And the first thing this place does is, we got to get this belt off of her. We got to use this for heat. And so, in fact, she loses to Izzy Dame, who is now the women's North American champion.
She lost. She also buried her new finisher because she went for it and got kneed in the back.
God.
That led to her getting beat.
These fans were furious. And once again, I laughed.
There was
just keep showing up, you marks.
There was a
just
banshee.
Keep hoping.
There was a banshee in the crowd screaming.
Oh, yeah, she was screaming, no! She's so angry. I was like, you're going to show up next week, aren't you? And you're going to get beat down, and you're going to be so miserable, but then you're going to go on Reddit and talk about how awesome this show was. More power to WWE. More power to them to get these kinds of fans. They'll just take it.
Lola Vice was disgusted with this backstage. Vanity Project came in, tried to hit on her. And then my favorites, the Belly Boys from the Honk Honk Fight Club, according to their shirts. You got to be kidding me. Ran them off.
The Honk Honk Fight Club.
Lola badmouthed Kalani Jordan. They brawled. Joe Hendry told Ava he wanted Dion Lennox, no DQ next week. Ava said, look, Dark State's just going to interfere. Good point. Hendry said, how about I find some
So
quote,
she can't
unquote,
say
badasses
She can't
to
just
stop
say,
them.
I will banish the rest of them from ringside so you guys have a fair fight.
Well, it said no DQ.
You can still say you're banned from ringside. They've done this 1,000 times. It makes no sense, but they do it. Say it's no DQ. If you interfere, you're fired. But no, she has to wait for someone else to solve the problem. Joe Hendry, if you can find some backup, you can do it.
Well, he found backup because later on he was smart and he went right into the mud and he got OTM to back him up.
We'll talk about the next segment after the break. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. I think that this show was like the best and worst of AEW.
The earliest story of this show was somebody almost died in every match. I thought MJF's head was going to fall off his body.
It looked like he put his own head into the mat as hard as he could.
Momo kicks Mercedes. Mercedes might have a bruised larynx.
I was certain Swerve had broken his neck.
Man, this dude landed right on his head.
Mariah May versus Toni Storm.
Good Lord.
Mariah gets her hands on a champagne bottle and smashes it right into Tony's crotch.
Some guy in the front row holds up a sign that goes, "For the sickos!"
It sure was.
Like, well, goddamn, this was for the sickos, all
As
right.
sick as you can get.
Yes.
I did not have glass to the vajayjay on my bingo card. For
I don't
this
know
year.
why not.
I
in
certainly
this
hope
field,
not.
You should have.
What kind of bingo are we playing over there? And the two big screens just read, "The End." This, in hindsight, absolutely should have ended the show.
Maybe it should have. However, I can't guarantee that this match was going to be this good with this much heat 5 hours into the live show.
Well, there's that.
Following all those matches we saw. Like,
true.
every time people say this should main event, it's like, are you sure you want that? They went Takeshi and Kenny. Another incredible match.
What is up with they have an announcer that wears a mask?
Oh, no. God, please, not this.
What is-
Anyway, the match.
What is that about?
I actually was fixing to give Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher the highest star rating on the show, but I would say that by the last 3-4 minutes, I was like, well, you did a little too much here. People are going to be mad, but it's true. We didn't need the Spanish fly off the top of the cage. This match would have been as good or better without it.
The penis first Styles clash into the tax.
That should be a finish.
That should be a career ender. It is tomb silent.
Oh, yeah, this crowd's dead.
They've seen every single goddamn thing two human beings can do to each other, and now men are grappling.
And Jason here goes, it's go away heat, Brian. He sucks. Listen, do you guys know what go away heat is?
Listen.
There were 11,000 people in this building. Just like when people hated Jericho. There still is no evidence that he actually ran anybody off. They just didn't want him. Like, there's a difference. You want a different champion, but who is quitting AEW because Jon Moxley retained tonight?
Put the belt on Swerve immediately, as soon as possible. It could be me, it could be you, it could be Mark, anyone.
I don't want it.
Just,
I don't want it.
it's run its course.
All right. Golly, this Moxley has heat with these people. What did you think, Mark?
Oh, I'm coming for you now. I punched him in the diverticulitis. Pissed like a sprinkler.
Go
Back
out, and
forth,
we are going to do
back
what was
and
billed.
forth.
No, not like this.
There was more. There was.
It's not for me. Why do you like it?
No,
so
Jason.
much? Are you guys on Tony's payroll?
Yeah, we started that NXT review early. We got a long way to go. And I got to mention before we go further, this text message I just got. It's kind of a little bit off
Racy.
topic, but Brian, I missed a prediction show. Even if it does not count officially, I predict CM Punk will call you out by name and verbally eviscerate you. And out of embarrassment, you will take a hiatus from the show, but will continue on with After Dark Radio. Brother, he called me out by name like 2 years ago on Instagram. I ain't John Cena. I didn't quit. I'm still here. And speaking of, by the way, did you hear what he said about the John Cena finish, Tom?
No.
I want to run this by you real quick. Because you're also a former UFC fighter. He was doing an interview on My Mom's Basement with Robbie Fox, coincidentally. And he said, the John Cena Gunther finish. I feel like it's the same thing. Some people Maybe. I don't think you understand what you're watching. If you don't like it, I can also understand that. To make it your entire personality and spend an unhealthy amount of time talking about it, I'll put it this way. If John won, they'd be mad about that too.
Well, maybe.
But we wouldn't be talking about it anymore. Well, first off, I argued for months that John Cena needed to win his final match, and it would be stupid for him to lose on the way out, even to Gunther. But, this is... Whenever people are mad at me about something, their argument is always, well, if the opposite would have happened, he would have been mad. Is that right? Okay. That's the worst argument. If the opposite would have happened, he would have also been mad. I would have been delighted if John Cena would have beaten Gunther. Now, he also adds, we're still talking about that finish, he says. The smile, the tap. Oh my God, he says. The guy who says don't give up, gave up. Did he? I thought it was beautiful.
He sure
Tom,
did.
As a former UFC fighter, like CM Punk, how does tapping out not signal giving up? That's literally what a tap out is.
Yes.
It's saying, I give up. I quit. As Pedro Sauer says, you're saying, uncle, you quit.
You are submitting to another person. Now, perhaps he is of the mindset, because CM Punk is also a martial artist, perhaps he is of the mindset, much like Helio Gracie, that Gunther was using a technique that John Cena had also perfected in his time as a pro wrestler. So therefore, he wasn't really losing.
Is that right? Okay.
What do you want me to say?
Well, Phil, I appreciate the thoughts, but the finish sucked, and he quit. So
I would also like to say, for the record, I agree with CM Punk. I don't know what I'm watching.
Well, I don't know what I'm watching on NXT, getting back to that show. Where were we? Oh,
Ethan
Thea
Page.
Hale failing, and the
Oh,
crowd depressed and miserable. Yeah, that was good.
Ethan Page came to the ring, said he's a big game hunter after bagging a moose last week when he defended the North American title against
The heel
TNA
Ethan
star.
Page, right?
Not to me.
He's a heel.
He said the North American title is the most prestigious in all of WWE. He says Oba calls himself the world champion, but only defends it in the U.S., while he defends his title across the globe. It's
a good point.
International icon. Yeah, after, not to kill the lead, bury the lead, but I was like, this should just be the top title in NXT.
May as
the way
well.
He's putting it over. It is now.
They should just toss the world title, and
Right?
and this should be the main title, yes.
So Jasper Troy showed up.
A
He said
heel.
He'll show he's the monster of NXT in 2026.
Yes.
Josh Briggs showed up
Another heel.
from the back. He got booed even more than either one of these guys.
Yeah, the fans chant,
Then-
Briggs, go home.
Then Stacks with Ariana.
Another
walked out.
heel.
Yes. said
We
he's
have a
the-
heel being challenged by 4 heels.
He said he's the only NXT guy with TNA Gold right now. He's the real international champion, which is true. Shiloh Hill,
Yeah.
who's been in the business for like a Keurig cup of coffee, comes to the ring.
Hey,
He
by the
says-
way, before you go any further, guys, you ever been hacked? Okay, well, anyway, Shiloh Hill's a hacker. He's a babyface. He's the only babyface of all of these guys. This hacker.
He comes to the ring. He says next week it's him and Stacks for the international title. Tavion Heights that made his entrance.
An
Called
actual
out
babyface.
Jasper Troy for the NXT Speed title next week. Ethan Page tried to instigate. A brawl broke out. Everybody tried to go after Ethan Page, but he avoided all of it repeatedly, dipped out of there. Shiloh Hill tried to dance
Okay,
with
hold on. I
Ariana.
gotta do not gloss over this, because this was the best thing on the show. This Shiloh Hill, he's running wild. He's all full of charisma. He clothesline Stacks over the top rope, and the only one left in the ring is Stacks' fiance, Ariana Grace.
Yeah, thank you. I was getting to this.
And the hacker, he grabs her by the hand, and he does a little twirl with her, and he does a dip, and she is smitten by this hacker, and she looks up into his eyes, rethinking her relationship with Stacks.
Yeah, you know what she's thinking? She's thinking in her mind, ASL.
And he gives her a big ol' smile, and his frickin' fake teeth fall out onto her, and she freaks out. That made this entire show worthwhile. I laughed so hard at his teeth falling out in the middle of this romantic moment onto her, and her freaking out because there are teeth on her. That was incredible. That was great.
They did a similar spot in the mixed tag where his tooth got on her. And
this was great.
He actually handed her the tooth and then went after Stacks in that match. So Ethan Page got away. Shiloh stood tall, and seems like he's got a big push, which,
yes.
Hey, why not? Whatever.
What do you mean, why not? We need a lot of people to get a big push because there ain't nobody left here. They squandered virtually everybody, and now they're being taken away.
So Fatal Influence runs into Zaruka backstage, but they just go, oh, look, it's Sol Ruka. And Zarya goes, yeah, I'm here too. They totally ignore her. Sol gets mad. She goes, I may not have any titles now, but I'm coming after your title, JC. And they're like, oh, we thought you guys were a tag team. Interesting. And then walked off.
Yeah.
Zarya not happy, and rightfully so. And Ethan Page badmouthed Miles Bourne and Taint Wilder backstage.
Tate Wilder. We got a new guy. Tate Wilder. And thankfully, they put him in a segment with Ethan Page, who's a pro. And, like, the first thing he does is say, oh, Tate Wilder, I've seen you on Evolve Wrestling. I'm like, that's all you need to do, you morons. That's all you need to do. Thank you, Ethan Page.
Yeah. Then he goes, Miles, the last one, that brawl, was for champions and challengers. You weren't supposed to be out there. Can you hear me now? You got booed. Then we had Leon Slater take on Oba Femi in the main event.
Well,
for the
then
NXT
Tate Wilder
title.
goes, Miles, don't let that guy bother you. And Miles goes, too late. So it looks like add him to the North American title lineup. Got 8 guys going for that title and 0 guys going for the world title.
Well,
Oba Femi and Leon Slater.
Oba was just too physical for him early on. Beat the crap out of Leon as the announcers put over Oba as a generational athlete. Leon knocked him over the top, eventually tried to springboard on him, but Oba slapped him in the chest about as hard as one human could possibly lay into another one. Leon then avoided a knee into the post, and Oba rammed into it. Leon poured it on with leg kicks, leapt off the apron, and drove Oba into the steps. Hit a great crossbody off the top for a 2 count. Then the ruler knocked his head off with a lariat, hit a choke slam. Oba was charging at Leon with uppercuts in the corner, but his knee gave out. Slater hit a leg lariat and then body slammed Oba and got a 2 count. Slater leapt over the post with a great flip dive. Went for a 450, but Oba got his knees up. Covered Leon, but Leon rolled him up with a crucifix, got a close 2 count. Super kicked the ruler, charged the ruler, but the ruler hit the Fall from Grace powerbomb and pinned the TNA X Division champion Leon Slater.
Yes.
He is still your NXT champion.
My favorite part of this match, remember I mentioned these fans in the building, they're just marks? They actually did a spot where Leon Slater hit Oba Femi with a body slam.
Yeah.
And they counted along thinking that first off, a 21-year-old is going to win the NXT title with a body slam. He didn't. He beat the guy clean.
It was no Wolf Aaron style power slam,
No,
I'll tell you that.
It's just a big old body slam
Just a big
that
body
they thought was a
slam.
finish.
Yeah, it wasn't, because
No.
the finish was Oba Femi standing tall once again.
Yes.
He kissed the title,
Yes.
put it down.
No, actually, he didn't. They go backstage. We didn't even see this.
Correct.
That's even
But
better.
He did.
But it's even better, Tom. They didn't even show it. They went backstage
they wanted
to
to keep
Ava.
The suspense. They wanted the suspenseful.
There
shot
was no
at the
suspense.
End. No,
They
it was
went
confusing.
back. They went back to Ava having a meeting with the Evolve crew. We got a lot of openings, she says. A lot of people called up. There may be some spaces here for an NXT call-up. I'm like, there might be. Dude, you need to refill this place. And then they cut back to the ring, and Oba's gone, and his belt is in the middle of the ring. And Tony D, the least charismatic version of Tony D there's ever been.
We finally found out what he was doing all that time ago. We thought he was going after Javon.
Yep. Remember he screwed Javon out of the title?
And then it was Ethan Page. And then last week he was going to beat up Joe Hendry, but he actually never showed up.
Yep.
But the announcers knew he was going to.
Yep.
And then this week, apparently he's going to challenge Vacant.
Yes.
For the title.
Yes. So anyway, that's how the show ended, and I was just dying. So, Oba's been called up, and so they can't have him do a job before leaving. Meanwhile, Javon had to do a job on the last show of NXT a week ago, the year-end show. Fine beating that guy, but we can't beat Obafemi. And, Leon Slater, it's like, you realize that they had an NXT guy beat a TNA guy to win the TNA World title. So, Leon Slater could have beaten Obafemi to win the NXT title, but, of course that's not going to happen. I went back, and are you aware that since this new version of NXT, this means post Triple H, okay? Post Triple H, there have been zero, because Vic said not many people have won an NXT title at the age of 21. Since Triple H stopped booking here, there have been zero people age 21 that have won any title in NXT. When Triple H was booking, Paige did win the title at 20, the women's title, and Tyler Bate was one half of the tag champs at 21. And Tyler Bate was a UK champion at 18. But ever since this new regime kicked in, zero 21-year-olds have won any championships in NXT. And if you go to the main roster, Tom, do you know the last time somebody under the age of 30 won the men's world or WWE championships in WWE? Under the age of 30.
What title?
The WWE world or WWE title, the men's main titles. When's the last time someone under 30 won one of those titles?
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. 2017, when Bray Wyatt was 29. That's the last time an under 30 person has been the main champion on the main roster of Raw or SmackDown. 9 years ago. The show sucked. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Granny, how are you feeling?
I'm good. Set up an exercise program.
What kind of exercises are you doing?
Well, for one thing, just sitting.
I got that one down. Sounds like my exercise program.
Your exercise is just sitting.
Who was the most inspiring person you have ever met?
Granny of late.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing better.
I'll have to say myself.
Okay.
What's the best part about having a massive heart attack?
Not dying, I guess.
There you go. Good answer.
Jeez, what a question.
Which vegetable would you send to outer space for aliens to try?
Broccoli.
How do you have that so quickly?
Ridiculously fast answer.
You've thought about this before.
It was at WrestleMania, the one in Phoenix. I can't remember which one.
I gotta go. I have to sneeze.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Granny. Granny laid on the guilt trip to end all guilt trips. Sorry, I wrote. Forgot we going 30 minutes late. And then you began. Gee, thanks. 30 minutes late. Was not told. Aggravating. I guess my time doesn't mean anything. Jeez.
Wow.
Golly. You happy, Granny? You made me so angry. You're over there snickering, laughing at what you've done. God.
Good.
You're going to have a heart attack.
Anything
like
else?
Granny.
Yeah.
Goody.
Goody, she says. The news you having a
What
cardiac
medication
arrest.
did they give you? To make the heart blacker? You enjoying yourself, quietly giggling over there? All right, Granny. What have you got today?
Nothing.
All right, we'll see you later.
You better have something after all that.
Liv Morgan versus Ray Ripley. Just recently.
That's the date.
You told me that you watched CM Punk and Drew and didn't watch any more of the show, but this was on the show.
I know. I watched this one. Because I wanted to see what happened with Dominic. In which Midwestern city did rapper I'm in them grow up.
Detroit.
Eminem.
8 Mile.
Okay, we need a new segment. Granny reads rapper names. That's.
I'm an M.
I am an M.
Eminem.
Eminem.
Yep.
Eminem.
Ryan Adams covered an entire Taylor Swift album. What is the name of that album?
Ryan
1989.
Yeah.
That's the right answer, dum-dum.
Excuse me.
Okay, now I'll quit picking on Brian and go away.
Thanks, Granny. I realized that I spent most of 2025 complaining about the booking of Javon Evans, and I had to listen for like a year to people telling me, Brian is so stupid. Does he not see that this redemption story is going to end and stand and deliver when he wins that NXT title and finally gets his big victory? Yeah. Ain't happening. He's been called up. His NXT career ended with him doing absolutely nothing of value for 2 years. He won no titles. He didn't even win the Heritage Cup. He failed every last single time that he went after the big one, and that is his NXT legacy. But I was the idiot that didn't see the master plan of Javon Evans in NXT. Yeah. Cool show, bro. Really like that NXT.
Hey, what's on Dynamite tonight?
I'd be happy to talk about it. Well, I know that the under 30 world champion, who actually won the title when I think he was 26, MJF is going to be on the show. We got the return of Jim Ross, Tony Storm and Marina Shafir. Willow Nightingale has her TBS title celebration. Jack Perry and Jet Speed versus Ricochet in the Gates of Agony. Bandito versus Sammy Guevara in a non-title match. John Moxley, Shelton Benjamin in a title eliminator for the Continental Belt. And the Ops, Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs, face Hangman Page and Adam and Swerve Strickland. And that'll be a lights out match, which means AEW not responsible for what happens in that match. And as Dave made sure to note on Monday, doesn't count on their records. So that's tonight on AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, you need to talk to Tapology about that. They're going wild.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
We don't have enough time.
Get out of here. Hey, I'll talk to you in an hour. After Dark Radio Ghosts, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern Sports Byline. We'll talk to you next time, Wrestling Observer Live.